Who would win in a fight? That is the main thing that people veer towards whenever being asked the question, who is the superior hero? It could be Batman versus Superman, or Doctor Strange versus Mordo, even though Mordo is a supervillain. But today we're going to be looking at Spider-Man versus Wonder Woman. And the reason why Spider-Man is the superior hero is because of his suit. But it's not just because of his suit. His suit helps because it allows him to hide his identity because he doesn't want to be seen. See, Peter doesn't want to be recognized as Peter because he's afraid to put his friends and family in danger. Peter also hides his face because he wants to be recognized as a hero for the work he does to protect the people of Queens and the world. So the suit is amazing. Now, who exactly is Spider-Man? Spider-Man is a superhero of Marvel Comics. He was created by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. Spider-Man first appeared in the Amazing Fantasy number 15 of August 1962. In the story, Peter is bitten by a radioactive spider, which gives him superpowers like increased strength, agility, and the ability to climb walls. He later creates his own web fluid with white eye lenses on the mask, as well as an underarm webbing for gliding through the air. But his suit isn't the main reason why he's the best of the two heroes. The reasoning is because Peter gets a lot of hate from the citizens of New York, mainly because of his number one fan, J. Jonah Jameson.
That's a joke. He's not actually his fan.
Okay? But who constantly tries to bring Peter down is Spider-Man. That doesn't stop Peter from trying to do the right thing. In fact, he'd rather have people hate him for doing the right thing than he would have people love him for the wrong thing. It wasn't only in the comics that Spider-Man was changing people. What I mean by this is Spider-Man is a teenage hero who helps make the world a better place for his local neighbors and the world. But you're probably wondering, okay, so how does this make him a better hero? Well, it's because in the comics, the teenager was usually the sidekick to the rich and well-known hero. For instance, the most well-known duo would be Batman and Robin. Batman adopts Robin, or Dick Grayson. Grayson was the first to appear in Robin in the Detective Comics number 38, released in April of 1940. Spider-Man showed everyone that just because you're a teenager of the story, you can still be the hero. So many people had an inspiration because Spider-Man isn't a beloved superhero because of his skills and mind. No. Most consider him as a hero because he's relatable. Spider-Man has the most relatable life as Peter Parker. So many people struggling in life the same way he does. Peter struggles to keep his school life, his home life, and his Spidey life combined. Peter struggles to pay his rent because he can't seem to keep a job because he keeps getting fired just because he has to go and save the day. With no money, Peter can't pay his rent, and he's on the verge of bankruptcy and being evicted. With no money and no home, he can't pay for college. See, Peter has gotten a lot of help from many people, but it's not enough to help with all that goes on in his life. Peter would soon create and GoFundMe accounts, but would also require him to put out his personal information and putting his family and friends in danger from all the enemies, like in the new Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man No Way From Home, that came out on December 17th of 2021. People found out who Spider-Man was, and, well, mainly that was because of his fault for ruining the spell that Doctor Strange was doing, but people might seem to argue that Spider-Man is a bad hero, and that Wonder Woman is better. The reasoning why is because they say Wonder Woman is a great hero because she's Amazonian, which means that she was born on Paradise Island. She has the ability to be super strong and super fast. She also has the power of flight and can shoot energy blasts from her hands, and she also has Lasso of Truth. So, yay. Wonder Woman's powers come from the gods, Aphrodite, Athena, Ares, and Artemis. Her costume comes from Greek mythology, where she wears a golden tiara with a blue gem in it that represents truth around her forehead, and her bracelets are made of silver and have wings on them to represent speed. The outfit itself is very revealing, but she is a great hero because she is the most powerful woman in the world. She has been given all of her powers by the gods and goddesses, which makes her even more powerful than any other superhero. In fact, Wonder Woman has the ability to defeat many supervillains like Ares, her half-brother, stepbrother, whatever you want to call him. But she never uses those abilities to hurt anyone or destroy anything. She only uses them for good, and that's why she deserves to be called a great hero. Wonder Woman is a great hero because she has the strength of a god and the compassion of a goddess. She is super strong, but also smart enough to know that to use these powers for good and not evil. She can fight with ease, but she also knows that it's best to avoid fighting if possible. Her intelligence makes her even more powerful than most heroes of their time. She's also compassionate towards others and is willing to help anyone in need, no matter what they are like or who or how much they have wronged her in the past. She doesn't want revenge on people who do terrible things. See, Wonder Woman was created by William Moulton Marston in 1941. She's become one of the most popular characters ever to appear in comics, and her popularity continues to grow. She's been featured on television shows such as Batman the Brave and the Bold, Justice League Unlimited, Smallville, Supergirl, Arrow, Young Justice, and more recently on Supergirl. Wonder Woman also appeared in DC Comics line of animated films from Warner Bros., starting with Superman Doomsday in 2004. Some might argue that Wonder Woman is better than Spider-Man because he's broken his no-kill rule and has killed multiple people in the comics and the movies, with the most iconic death being one where Peter kills the guy who thought murdered his uncle. Another one would be the Finisher in The Amazing Spider-Man Annual Number 5 by Artie Smake. In the story, Finisher shoots a missile from his tank, towards Peter, and he webs the missile and proceeds to send it back to his tank and kill him in, boom, the explosion. Now, though Wonder Woman does have a great-looking suit and the best powers and some really cool friends, she might have been in a lot of movies and TV shows, but you have to keep in mind that Spider-Man has been in multiple films as well, such as Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, Spider-Man No Way Home, Spider-Man Homecoming, Far From Home, The Spectacular Spider-Man Captain America Civil War, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, and multiple video games stretching all the way across from Nintendo and PlayStation 5. Now, attacking Spider-Man on the amount of kills that he has isn't the best idea, because Wonder Woman has far more kills than any of the Justice League members, and Wonder Woman does have some compassion towards others, but they're only the ones who haven't done anything to make her mad enough to kill them. For instance, during Injustice storyline by Tom Taylor, Superman and Wonder Woman become dictators after the Joker tricks Superman into killing Lois and his unborn son. And so the two starts an all-out war between anyone who stands against them, including other country leaders and most of the Justice League. During the commotion, Wonder Woman and Superman gain the thirst for blood and isn't inspiring the ones who stand against him, who isn't imprisoning the ones who stand against them, but they decide to make it clear and the ones in charge, but including children, okay? Now, this isn't the first time Wonder Woman has killed kids just to rule the world. In The Flashpoint by Jeff Johns, the Reverse Flash changes a few things that impact Barry Allen's, or the Flash's, world, and everyone doesn't know who Flash is. Way before Barry becomes the Flash, Wonder Woman and Aquaman try to become the rulers of the world, and they didn't get along. After a while, the two become friends and ended up falling in love with each other, and the two have a mix-up together, if you know what I mean. Aquaman's wife, Mera, Queen of the Sea, sees the two together and decides that she wants to rid the world of Wonder Woman, but ultimately fails because Wonder Woman beheads her in front of Aquaman, causing a war to break out. Wonder Woman, enraged, decides that it's time for the heroes of the world to die, and she wasn't the only one to be a god. She proceeds to kill off any male heroes. She also killed the female heroes who stood against her, but recruited the ones who were willing to join. Later in the story, she kills off all the other Shazam kids. Okay? Shazam kids. There's like 7 of them. And makes Billy, the head of the kids, say Shazam with the lasso of truth. And then she proceeds to stab him with her sword. A literal child! In the end of the story, Wonder Woman kills Aquaman, which causes him to detonate the atom bomb that kills everyone right before Flash makes it back home to give Batman the letter that his dad made for him. Now that was sad. It was sad. to watch that and read it. Now, those were just a few of the billions of people and children that Wonder Woman has murdered. And so that kind of takes us to the point to where you're stupid if you think that Wonder Woman is the superior hero out of Spider-Man, if you only veer towards the fact that Spider-Man has killed people, whenever you don't understand that Wonder Woman has literally killed the entire world before, including a bunch of her siblings, family, and friends. Okay? Seems that when comparing Wonder Woman and Spider-Man, they talk about the fact that Spider-Man killed the man who murdered his uncle. Now, when talking about murders, then we have to consider the fact that Spider-Man has killed people by accident, whereas Wonder Woman has killed people for her own personal gain. Sure, they both have some really cool suits, but I don't think that's the reason why they're being a great hero. The moral standards of a hero is what makes them a true hero. They don't think about saving anyone besides the people of the entire world. But they both have a strong moral compass. But Wonder Woman usually only thinks about herself and gives up on humanity because she doesn't think they deserve her. Spider-Man has the best moral standards because when the siren calls, he drops everything he's doing and goes to help and save someone that he doesn't even know. And they might not like him at all, but he doesn't know if they don't like him or not. What he cares about is whether they're safe or not. That's why Spider-Man is a superhero hero. See what I did there? No? Okay, bye!